All right, back with the Musketeers where things are heating up. And honestly, at the end of the last episode, I really forgot to pour one out for the Spanish ambassador, who was a great character. Sad to see him go. I didn't realize how much I was enjoying him until he was dead. And then I was like, afterwards, after the episode, I was kind of thinking about it. And I was just like, oh, that is a bummer. Because, yeah, he was a pretty awful, sleazy character, but fun. A fun presence to have around and a great performer. So, hasta la vista, Spanish ambassador. I see that this episode, I saw the title, is called The Return, which is always just an attention-grabbing title for an episode of TV. It could mean nothing, but sometimes it means a lot. So, The Return, the ambiguous return, we'll see what that means in this next episode. What's happened to Athos?
Where is this?
He wouldn't just disappear without a word to anyone.
Why bring this to me? I'm no longer your commanding officer.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot.
You're on work detail. Athos wouldn't...
Treville is out.
Shh. Athos is drunk somewhere.
No one's seen him in days.
On a guitar, nice.
We mean you no harm, my lord.
Really, no harm. What's all this?
We didn't know what else to do.
We had no choice.
They need his help.
Now cut me loose, damn you! I could have your heads for this.
These are your lands, your people you have neglected. It is you that should be judged, Monsieur le Comte de la Fère.
Cut me loose.
Yeah, he's been neglecting his
Asking Athos to return.
people,
We are in
his
desperate need of
duties
your
as a lord.
We entreat you to return to us and honor the responsibility of your family.
All right, I'll ride with you. But as a comrade, not your commanding officer. Whatever you say, Captain.
A word, Captain.
This is about General Devoir.
Yeah.
I have nothing more to say. What?
Pathos. Porthos wants answers.
Telling me.
Pathos.
If Defoe wasn't my father, who is?
Porthos, enough. And that's an order.
I thought you weren't my captain anymore.
Look, whatever you think you're entitled to, a fellow musketeer might be in danger. This is not helping Athos.
I'm gonna find out whether you help me or not.
They've brought up Porthos's history early in this episode, so I think we're going to find out some stuff pretty soon. Pathos has got to be Porthos and Athos's couple name. That's nice that the Musketeers are still going to Treville, even though he's been sacked, and still treating him as the captain, still getting his advice, still bringing him along on this adventure.
I left this life!
Oh boy.
It's Baron Reynard. He burns the crops and poisons what's left. He wants your land for himself. We need the protection of our liege lord.
Competing
The
baron.
Comte de la Fère. You.
The Comte no longer exists. What did you do, by the way? Put a drug in my wine?
You were so drunk you made it easy for us.
It is a little bit Robin Hoodish, isn't it?
Renard.
The reluctant lord has a duty to the people who live on his lands.
Out my way! Out of my way!
Oi, just the free whipping. Is this the Baron?
Dare lay a hand on me, peasant. Edmund! What is going on here?
Oh, is that the
Needs to
Baron?
learn some manners, Baron de Louviers.
Stop that! And open your eyes, boy.
Just comes in on a horse, starts whipping people.
This is the
That is a hat.
Comte de la Fère.
Your man's behavior is a disgrace.
Well, perhaps if you'd shown a little more interest in the last few years, I would not have had to intervene. I was only attempting to assert some order.
I'm sure we can sort this out like honorable men.
Nothing would please me more. Lead on.
Somehow, I don't think they are going to sort it out like honourable men. Oh, real Western tones.
You're very kind, my dear. And very pretty. Normally, I find the peasant class as ugly as gargoyles.
Ha 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 ha
But
ha.
every now and then, one discovers a rose amongst the thorns.
Shall we get to business? The estate is of no more concern for me. I have renounced my title.
I promise you, they will be treated as they deserve.
Too vague. No, too vague.
I promised to treat these vermin as they deserve, and they deserve nothing.
Athos is being pretty dumb about all this. I guess it's his blind spot.
If you are
He just really wants to get away from this place. So he's not seeing it clearly.
You gave me your word.
I don't negotiate with peasants. I said kneel!
Ow! Should have seen this coming. From bad to worse. It's not a fun time for Athos. And these villagers are like, what have we done? Who's this?
Leave him alone!
Mend in his whip. Shot!
Soldiers are coming!
Shot the rope from a distance, from great distance.
Give up your title if it makes you happy, I mean that. But think about these people. They live on your land. They need your help.
I have nothing to offer them. But the Athos I know always fights against injustice. Not this time.
Just because of his painful history living here?
Thought Milady's influence over you was done.
Yeah,
Athos,
still got such a hold over him.
no other protection.
This is not your fight. It is now.
And I like it here.
Yeah, the guitar is an interesting addition to the soundtrack. It's that tree, isn't it? Is that the hanging tree? Aww. Interesting. That was like a melancholy, kind of slightly alternate version of the Musketeer theme on piano. Just they've removed a note at the end of the melody. It's emptier and wistful. The burned down home. Didn't think we'd be back here.
Your brother's dead!
Yes.
She did this!
Thomas, right?
She murdered Thomas!
That's right. Okay, we're finding out more and even seeing this story that we know.
He tried to force himself on me.
That's when his life changed.
Athos.
Ah, yeah, the shooter. Who is this? Oh, did we just see her in the flashback? She was...
I didn't think you'd object.
You live like this?
It's not quite what I was promised when I was betrothed to your brother.
Ah.
I hunt and trap my own food. It's amazing what you can learn when you've run out of choices.
Ha.
That was quite a shot you made.
Hell of a shot.
Thomas taught me to shoot. How it must have hurt to learn that your precious wife was nothing more than a common thief. What was her real crime, in your eyes, I wonder? Murdering your brother or beguiling you?
Good question.
Have you forgotten what our fathers wanted for us?
We were too young to be betrothed.
We would have married. And then you brought that woman home and I was quietly passed on to Thomas. I liked him well enough.
Right, it was almost these two.
As one might a brother, I was content.
If there's anything I can do to make
Well, you
things...
could turn back time, Athos. Is that within your powers? You did well to hang her. I hope she's burning in hell.
Well, about that, she's just living it up in the palace, isn't she? There's such an air of defeat over this story so far. Understandable, but it's crushing. Ah, is it the classic, we've got to make an army out of the villagers? It is, isn't it? We've seen this story so many times. They've got hardly any tools, no war experience.
Come here.
They've never been in a battle, but the enemy is at the gate.
You'll never beat the Baron with this. Not enough powder or shot to frighten the birds.
But you've got Treville and D'Artagnan.
There's more at the house. Enough to make a fight of it?
He's in. He's found some fight. All right, this is more like it. Got some armor, got some guns. Very soap opera sort of soundtrack.
Make your peace with God, Anne, for you must die.
I love you!
Anne, is that her name? Milady de Winter's name. Anne, same name as the Queen, the one she's trying to replace. these flashbacks are nicely done.
It is for my son to break her in first.
The privilege is yours, Father.
Not me, my boy. Well, I used to find a piquancy in struggles and tears. But a man grows jaded with such simple pleasures.
What awful people. My God. Hammering this theme this episode, this musical theme, in very unique ways. Unbelievable. What is wrong with these people? Gross. My God. They're all just cheering him on. Go rape the woman.
Father! The bitch has bolted!
Hell yeah, she has.
Let's have some sport.
Bloody hell. I swear, even like our villains like Rochefort and stuff would look at these people and, hey, nice. Good ploy.
I didn't think that
Would look at these people and be like, ugh, weird as.
Centuries of inbreeding is making the aristocracy stupid.
So beautiful. Look, you could have 50 minutes of just that music and landscapes and horses riding across the landscape, and I'd watch it and I'd just grin the whole time.
There's one thing you should know. My wife is still alive. She lives in Paris, mistress to the king.
She destroyed all my hopes.
It's a lot to take in.
She ruined your life, and yet she still breathes.
It never ends. Should have gone when I had the chance.
If you did, you'd never have forgiven yourself.
You think you know me, but you don't.
Oh, he knows you. Come on.
Just drive the damn cart.
I think he knows you. He knows who you want to be anyway. And that's important. Yeah, it really is the theme of the episode. I mean, it's the theme of the series, but they usually don't use it this regularly. The Baron is just so outnumbered against all the Musketeers. Absolutely no chance. Athos has tried to kill my Lady de Winter. It's not his fault she's still alive.
You have something worth fighting for. Do they? If you choose to make a stand, be here at sunup.
All right, Treville. With the rousing speech. Glad we brought him along. They've cut to that young little boy a few times.
They're not coming.
Let's go.
Wait. Just you.
He was inspired. And they all were, weren't they? Why'd they come so late? Come a bit earlier next time, guys. We were all about to leave.
How exactly do we turn this bunch of misfits into a fighting force?
There it is.
Hold your arms steady and sight down the
And
back.
here we go, the training montage.
Fire!
It's the classic beats we love so much. Now they're getting it. Classic.
This is where we make our stand.
It's good Musketeer shit. It really is very cliche at this point. I mean, yeah. Doesn't make it not enjoyable though.
And they'll be badly exposed. That gives us an advantage.
Looks like they've got some good fortifications.
I lay awake last night thinking, what am I doing here? This isn't my fight.
Did you come up with an answer?
It's just what I was born to do.
You mean protect the innocent and fight against injustice?
Oh, that too, but mainly, just to fight. To risk everything. Put it all on the line. How else do I know I'm truly alive?
Such fun. The little exchanges like that. Worth $1 million.
Perhaps when I sign over the land to you, I forgot. I haven't told you of my plans.
Blimey, sneak attack, surprise attack.
Athos,
They're sniping him.
really mean that?
Keep your head down.
Give her the land is a good move. But I'm a bit worried that they talked about that before the fight.
Hold!
She's the good shot though, isn't she? There we go.
A lot of practice with rabbits.
A lot of dead rabbits, I'd say. A lot of rabbit stew. Yeah. Aramis is a great shot as well, of course, so we've got two
dead.
excellent
You
snipers.
said there wouldn't be any resistance.
Musketeers. They never could mind their own business.
That's what's good about them.
You want this land, boy? You're gonna have to fight for it.
Die for it, more like.
Do you ever wish
She lost a lot.
that you'd chosen me?
Well, he must. I mean, well, it would have been simpler, to say the least.
Even after everything that's happened, you still prefer her?
Well, yeah, but that,
At least I know now why she's still alive.
I should see to the wounded.
Them? Well, don't fret. When this is over, I'll make sure they're well looked after.
Catherine, what are you talking about?
The others are asking for you.
That was a bit weird.
What are you looking at, girl?
You stand here preening when there are people dying out there.
How dare you speak to me like that?
I was worried the other shoe was about to drop. Double slap.
When this is over, you better be careful.
Alright, she's very two-faced. She's really been putting it on for Athos. That's too bad, man. Wow, wow. Is that what it's like then?
We might avoid any
Is that how it's gonna be?
unpleasantness. Sign over your lands to Edmund in perpetuity, and I'm willing to spare these poor folk.
What does your word mean now?
Or you all die!
My dear son's words may lack elegance, but his sentiment holds true.
The land is no longer mine. I have given the estate over to its people.
So you're trespassing on our land?
You mean to give the land to them?
Of course. To everyone.
Of course, that's what he always meant.
You'd hand
Of course.
this rabble your...
She thought
My choice.
he meant to her, and I sort of thought that in the moment too. It sounded a bit like, I'm going to give it to you, but he meant you, the people.
Every last one of you is going to...
Which he'd said earlier, so that makes sense. She's a wild card now, though, that Catherine.
Hold your nerve. Wait until they're in range.
Lucky we brought Treville. Where would we be without him? Charging the battlements. Oh, slaughter. There's a lot of them, and they are falling quick and hard. Easy win. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's a kid gets shot every time I say that it's an easy win. See, I knew I shouldn't have repeated it. Okay. Killer moves by D'Artagnan. So good. Sorry, old man. Man, yeah, that was our main kid as well, who got shot in the shoulder. Our inspired kid. Treville. This woman. Love that. She's just going ham on that guy on the ground. Man, some of those moves D'Artagnan just did were absolutely awesome. That was quite a defeat for the Baron's team. Win for the Musketeers. I'll be surprised if they come back, right? Now it's this enemy within. Catherine. We have to defeat them again, alright. Another wave. They are persistent. I'll give them that. Here we go. Aye. Mines, man. Alright, it's brutal now. Now it really looks like World War I trenches. The Musketeers are everything, aren't they? I mean, they're the police, they're detectives, they're soldiers as well. They're a whole army in themselves. They can do it all. Disarmed him. Nice.
Oh, go on, then. What are you waiting for?
Don't tempt me.
What's the play, Catherine? Well,
I can't breathe in a world where your wife still lives. If you won't do anything about it, then I will.
what are you doing?
That at least might have been some compensation.
Oh no.
But you deceived me there too.
Whatever Edmund's about to do is going to ruin it.
Put the gun down. We can talk this through.
Yeah, she's shot Edmund, hasn't she? Catherine could have gotten something out of that. She was in a power position, but bloody Edmund ruined it for her. Edmund was in a power position too. He should have just stayed down, make a deal with her. Silly boy.
Bravely, my boy. Bravely.
Well, we can have empathy for horrible people. That's what TV is.
My poor boy.
Certainly don't feel incredible amounts of sympathy though, but any father with his boy dying in his arms, you know, it's got to make you feel something. Quite a successful operation. Nothing new about Porthos though, so...
I'd have done the same for any musketeer.
Come on.
Take your hand.
You're gonna have to tell him, mate. Treville's getting it. Treville's gonna have to open up. He knows it. Thomas D. Athos. So yeah, Athos is the surname. Thomas Athos. Thomas Athos is a funny name. Alright, she is arming up. To go after Lady de Winter or Thomas Athos? So what's Athos's name?
Thank you.
I forget if we know that. It's the funny thing when we know so many characters by their surnames. It's easy to forget.
Well, Mayor of Pinon now.
Nice one.
The judiciary and Rouen.
Easy to forget that I don't really know their first names very well.
I don't know what to say to you.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
All right, he's given them the goods, so they've got enough to prove that they are, you know, the verifiable owners of this land. They've got the title. It's nice of them. The ones who are still alive. That boy died, right? Did that boy die?
We really should come to the country more often.
I think that boy died. Oh no. Okay. It was just a shoulder wound. It was just a shoulder wound. He's fine. He doesn't even need a bandage. He's all good. He's living off inspiration. That's it. Abrupt ending again. Some of these episodes, some of them have kind of extended, like, Return of the King-esque goodbye to everyone, set up all the future things. And some of them just, bam, we're out. So that was the quintessential arm the villagers to help them protect their small town and stand up to the bullies episode of the Musketeers. There had to be one, right? And I think it's fitting that it comes right at the center of this journey. Season 2, episode 5, yeah? So right in the middle of these 3 seasons, we get this kind of very middle-of-the-road episode. I mean, it was enjoyable, but that was nothing to write home about. You know, we had some great action with the Musketeers, always fun. We had some great Musketeer banter. I live for it. They started off by hinting the Porthos Treville kind of tension, and Porthos getting Treville to reveal more information about his family or his father was going to be something pivotal in this episode, but okay, they fooled me there. I really thought it would mean something here, but no, really, we didn't progress much there at all. Porthos just managed to make Treville feel a bit worse for keeping tight-lipped. So I don't think Treville will hold on to the secrets for much longer. Maybe next episode we'll get down to the bottom of that. This was really Athos's episode, wasn't it? We revisited, well, not just his home, but his backstory. A lot of the things that we heard about last season, we actually saw flashbacks for in this episode, which there was nothing surprising in there, but I think it was actually nicely done, and it kind of built out and enriched that story. And I imagine that they needed to do that because it has become an important plotline again in this season. The fact that Milady de Winter is around and very present in the story. So all of this backstory is still something to be wrestled with. And particularly now that we've got Catherine into the situation. Catherine, who, yes, was betrothed to Athos's brother, Thomas Athos. Will never stop making me laugh. She is, turns out, a bit of a piece of work. And she has armed up, and she's a hell of a shot. She would rival Aramis for sharpshooting, and she has just decked herself out, and I think it's safe to presume is heading out to try and take down Milady de Winter. Oh, yep. We definitely haven't seen the last of her. I wouldn't say it was nice to spend time with the Baron and Edmund, but, you know, they were decent characters. Not good people. You might say they got what they deserved. I mean, they brought it on themselves, didn't they? They could have just left at any time and been fine. It was the fact that they kept attacking these villages wave after wave that got them to where they ended up. Yeah, and I think that's about it. The most kind of straightforward episode that we've had so far this season, which has been full of quite audacious sort of blockbuster plots with kind of mammoth set pieces and major progressions in the plot lines. And this one was more just like a good hang, yeah? And thanks for hanging with me and sharing your passion with me. Till the next time, Tomati out.